Vintage Wildflowers. Welcome to the first episode of Wildflower TV. Today I'm going to show you the contents of our wreath kit and how to make your very own wreath just like this one here. So first you will get a 30cm wreath, some wire, and lest we forget ribbon, some ribbon to create a beautiful bow, some pins, and some instructions. So we are going to start off with our proteas. So here I have a pink cream protea and a pink ice protea. We also have some tea tree, that's a tea tree there, and some gum. So this is typically what would be in our $10 to $20 bunch. So it kind of depends on availability as to what the prices would be. You could also use some flowers from your own garden, or even rosemary is quite lovely as well. So start with your protea and you need to strip the leaves off the bottom. This will help us in inserting it into the wreath. Then you're going to get secateurs or scissors and cut it at an angle. This will make it easier to insert into the wreath. And it's also good to know when you buy any flowers really and you're going to put them in a vase at home, you cut the stems on an angle so they'll sit nicely in the water and they'll drink lots and lots. So I'm going to insert this into the wreath. So if I was just going to have my wreath inside the house, I might just leave it at that. But if I'm going to put it outside, I will use the wire to secure it, because we have lots of wind up here in the Hawkesbury. You don't want your flowers to fly away. So to wire it in, you thread the wire through the twigs, pull it up there. Now twist together, twist, 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 and then insert it back into the wreath just for some extra stability. Now we're going to repeat with our next protea. So I'm just stripping the leaves off. That's what we call taking the leaves off in floristry. We call it stripping. Get your scissors or secateurs, cut it at an angle and insert it. There's a lovely bee here on the wreath. And insert it at an angle there. And now I am going to add my wire. Threading my wire through. And out the other side. Forming it together. Twist, 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 and poke it back into the wreath. Okay, so that's what we have now. So that looks quite lovely. Now I am going to add my gum and then my tea tree. So you might find that the gum is quite long, like this piece here. So that is going to be way too long for what we need. So I'm going to cut it down. With gum, if you cut it flat above the leaves, you can use this piece too. So it'll just look like you have two different branches, and that way you're not wasting anything, because we don't like to waste anything in floristry. Now to insert it into the wreath, you can just kind of poke it in if you're going to keep it inside, but if you're keeping it outside, you want it to be nice and strong. So you want to glue it in. Now I'm going to use the floral adhesive from Oasis that florists use, but you could use a hot glue gun or you could use PVA glue, because these are both wooden surfaces, so PVA glue would work just fine. So I'm just gluing along the side of the eucalyptus, and then I'm just going to poke it into the wreath where I think looks nice. Again, stripping the leaves off the bottom. And inserting it in there. we have so far. I might even just put a bit more gum here and then we'll add our tea tree. So this is a great activity that you can do at home with the children, with your family, even with the elderly. And it's just a beautiful handmade touch and with lots of sentimental value. Okay, so that's where we're up to with our gum. Now I'm going to add the tea tree. So with these, that's what they kind of look like. So you could put a whole one in like that, or you can cut off the little stems there. So glue again. I'm just sliding it into the middle there. You can hear a cow in the background. That's the Hawkesbury. Now you don't even have to use a flower like tea tree. So a small flower like tea tree in floristry is called a transitional flower. So we like to use it because it helps transition the primary flowers, which are our proteas, with the foliage, which is our gum. So it helps transition them and blend them in together so they sit nicely. I don't always use it. Sometimes use it, sometimes I don't. It looks lovely without. It just nice for a different touch. Okay, so we're done with our glue. So that's what our wreath looks like so far. Now I'm going to add a pretty bow down here, and then we're going to add our Lest We Forget ribbon. So with our bow, I'm just going to do a traditional shoelace bow, but I am going to do a video shortly on how to make your own florist bows. So there's a little bit of a technique there. Okay, so I'm just tying a normal shoelace knot and then forming a bow. Beautiful. So that's it there, and then I'm going to fluff out the ears on my bow. Like that. And so you can cut the tails at an angle, or you can just leave them straight. You can do them on a V. It's really up to you. Now I am going to add my Lest We Forget ribbon. Just got a bit of water on it from a protea, but that's okay. So with the ribbon, you can either kind of thread it through the vines on the wreath, or you can pin it around. So I'm going to pin it around. So I've just threaded it through there, and I'm turning it around. And now I am going to add the pins. So 1 or 2 pins will just work fine for this. And the great thing about this is because we've only pinned it on or tied it on, when Anzac Day is over, you can remove them and you can remove the ribbon and enjoy the wreath all year round. And then you can add the ribbon again at Remembrance Day and even on Anzac Day. So there you go. Thank you.